Hey guys, it's me. I'm Tina, and this is Snack Chat with Tina. Welcome. Today I have a person here in person, and we're going to be talking about some really snazzy things. Yeah, I'm going to add in my disclaimer, as I always do, sometimes in the beginning, sometimes in the end. But this video is really for fun, for education, and not to therapize you. I'm not giving you therapy over a video. It's really just because, remember, I'm a terrible writer and a better talker. So this is like an online blog, and it's not therapy. So, not therapy. Okay, cool. If you want to have therapy, I can help you find a therapist or a dietitian. Or you can, if you live in Austin, you can reach out and I'll meet with you in person and then recommend one of the badass therapists that I know. If you don't, I can't. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm saying, but it's just not therapy, okay? Great. Well, without further babbling, I'm going to introduce my only guest, my one guest that's here, and her name is Emily Hamilton!
It's me!
Emily!
Hi, guys.
Okay, I'm going to put it here. Let's scoot closer.
Hi. Not a problem.
So, Emily.
Hi. Thanks for having me, Tina.
Of course. You are so welcome. I love that you're here.
Me too.
Yeah. I'm just pouring water in my cup.
Yes.
That's it.
Cool.
Just to let you guys know, Emily is in my house, and my house is filled with animals because I love animals, and she's slowly kind of dying with an allergic reaction.
A little bit.
But so if she needs to hack a little bit, feel free. Her throat is semi-closed because Booby and my other cat Jameson, which
totally
you haven't
worth
met,
it.
they are slowly closing up her
airway.
Thank you. So anyways, okay, tell me about you.
Yeah.
What's your deal professionally? I mean, I know we could talk forever about your other life.
Of
but
course.
Tell me about you. What do you do? What's your specialty?
Sure.
Yeah.
So I have an LCSW. I'm licensed in clinical social work.
Okay.
I went to UCLA for graduate school in LA. I live in LA. And I specialize in eating disorders.
Yep.
I work at a treatment center where we met. Eating Disorder Center of California, under the company Montanito. And I am the assistant clinical director there.
Oh, shit.
I've been there about 6 years. I've been there about 6 years, and I have been, probably going to be starting to branch out in private practice. I'm doing a women's group with Amy.
We'll get to it.
Which we'll get to.
And don't jump the gun.
Yeah, I won't.
But there's so many things that you're doing.
It's a lot of stuff.
Like expanding. And
it's good.
Yeah. I remember when you were there and you were not just, but you were just a therapist, and then you became just a lead therapist, and then you became now the boss.
It was a cool little stepping stone.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay,
Yes.
So you're a therapist. You specialize in the same thing that we all specialize in, hence why you're here.
Yes. That's how we met.
And today we're going to be talking about body image and embracing your body and how to have love and self-love. And I couldn't have thought of a better person because you could be that person running around in public in a tutu and a crop top and be having the best time in your life. Even myself, if I have great body image, but I couldn't.
That may or may not be a true story.
So I'm like, Hamilton has to come on and talk about, give advice.
Okay.
Not advice. Education on body image. So
Yeah.
We went and saw this documentary called Embrace.
It was great.
Go look it up. Can they get it on iTunes or you?
I think you can pay to watch it.
Pay to watch it, yeah. There might be showings in your area, but I know when it was not first coming out, but they were doing kind of a lot of screenings. We went, and it was absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, we went all together.
A really positive message. So what do you think about that documentary, and what are your thoughts?
I loved it. I thought it was really great.
Yeah. What message did you get from it?
I mean, I thought it was really honest. Mm-hmm. I thought the woman who was doing these interviews and going around the world and sharing her own story and showing her body in ways that a lot of people wouldn't be comfortable with, I think was really wonderfully vulnerable and honest, and like talking about how you don't love your body every day. Yeah. And the way we talk to ourselves about our bodies, the way we talk to each other about our bodies, the way we talk to our daughters about our bodies, how our mothers talk to us about their bodies.
Even sons and dads.
Yeah, I thought it was very, just very eye-opening and also very inclusive. I felt like, you know, a part of this global community of women and men, of course, but it was primarily around women. Talking about body acceptance. Yeah.
So I forgot, if you've never seen this, you don't even know what the hell we're talking about. Yeah. So it's a documentary about this woman who talks about basically she was expected to like her body. She didn't like her body. Right. Was doing bodybuilding to achieve the perfect body. Right. Spent all this time, energy on her body. Got to the place that she thought she was going to love and realized she hated it. Yeah. And realized that the amount of time and effort to get to that place was not worth it. Right. And it was actually taking away from her family and her kids and all of these things. And so she decided to work on her body image and get to a place that involved more self-love and self-care, even though that meant that her body wouldn't be perfect. It meant that her stretch marks from having kids would show. It meant that maybe not every single day she felt amazing about her thighs. Right. And it meant that there was parts that were sagging or not tight or there were rolls or whatever. And it meant that working through that into more of a loving place. Yes. So it's amazing. Yeah. I would go see it.
It's really good. And then she goes all over the world and interviews women.
Oh my God.
About their stories. Good. And some of them are,
the burn victim for me was the most powerful, because honestly, like, I feel like I have good body image, but that would be freaking hard.
And she has good body image.
Her skin is
like amazing.
What? 2/3 burnt or something like that?
Something outrageous. Yeah.
Outrageous. I mean, it's...
You should watch it. It's pretty incredible. And I think it also, that part, and we talk about this a lot in recovery too, of like being grateful that you have a body and a fully functioning body and 4 limbs and like your capabilities and your eyes work, thinking about just the functionality of your body can often take away from the aestheticness that we often focus on. But you don't remember that. You don't remember, I'm lucky to have, skin that, and just all of my capabilities. For sure. So that was big.
I think that, before I forget, but we can come back to this. But, with people kind of, they're like, how do I heal my body image? I feel like such crap, in recovery. It has to get a little bit worse before it can get better. And I encourage people to do kind of body affirmations. In those body affirmations, sometimes people really can't tune into the fact that like, hey, I like this part of my body, or I'm, I do appreciate this. So sometimes it might just come from a functionality standpoint. And it needs to be something that you say constantly every day, because in an eating disorder, in that negative body image, you may not realize it, but you're you're thinking in the negative constantly. So every single day you're saying something negative about yourself for many, many years, and then you eventually believe it. So we're reversing it. So you're going to possibly start with something neutral or the functionality. So like, I am grateful that I have eyes. Mm-hmm. It would be really difficult to go through the world without seeing, you know, like that would be so hard. Or I'm glad I have fingers because could you imagine buttoning my pants? Yeah. I mean, who's going to button my pants?
Not me. I would when I'm here, but not when I'm not.
How do you brush your teeth? Like, how do I put in my contacts? Yeah. It just like these, like I am grateful for these functionality parts. Yes. And then also like, and then when I look in the mirror, sometimes I'm like, man, bam, bam. But then other times I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wear a flowy dress and stretchy pants. And it's just one of those days, but I appreciate my body, you know? Yes. So this brings us into, you know, body stigma. Sure. I mean, I don't know if that was a smooth transition, but again, this is why I don't write. Great. That's why I don't write, because I can backpedal and then repedal.
You're doing such a good job, don't you think? I love it. You're doing great.
So body stigma.
Yes.
It is out there.
Oh, yeah.
It's out there.
Oh, it's out there.
What do you think? It's inside us. Mm-hmm. Hopefully not.
But a lot of it is internalized, though, and I think that's a really important piece. You know? Yeah.
So tell me your therapist thoughts on that. Oh my God! Hashtag therapist thoughts.
Oh my God. Where did she come up with
that? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think body stigma is definitely out there. I think I definitely try to really engage in body positive. All sizes are equal. Mm-hmm. You know, even social media. I really like to go on social media. I don't know, you know, some of the sites like Swimsuits for All, which has swimsuit sizes for everybody.
I'll put that on there.
Gabby Fresh, Ashley Graham. Okay. These are plus size models.
Okay.
Who have kind of broken through. Yeah. Just in the media and who are, you know, I just was reading in Us Weekly and Ashley Graham has a half, that was the girl in the red, Amy knew that. There was a girl in a red dress on the, you know, pictures of celebrities out and about, and it's Ashley Graham, a plus size model. And
we're really like,
it's cool.
It's awesome. And is she plus size? She looks pretty normal. You know what I mean?
She's a normal person.
Yeah, it's like you are a normal woman's body that actually has boobs and butts and hips and like you're a normal woman.
Yeah, and at the same time, I think it goes either way. Some people are just naturally have a, you know, skinnier frame and some people have a bigger frame. Right. And I think, you know, all sizes are important and that kind of inclusion is so important.
Right.
Because we are battling so much stigma, you know, and scrutiny in terms of being just out there in the world. Right. And especially if you're, you know, living in LA or a highly saturated area.
For sure.
Where you're getting messages all day long and you go to get a smoothie and suddenly you're getting advice on how to lose weight quickly.
You didn't even want it.
It's pretty bad. It's bad. So I think you know, we talk about needing kind of almost like armor a little bit of like, you know, building up your own self-worth and your own self-acceptance so that you aren't so susceptible to just these messages because you're not going, I know, you know, I want to change, therefore I'm going to take any message that says I need to change and how, you know, no matter where it comes from, because you can get a lot of really bad information out there.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you look on the internet, you can get evidence for whatever you want. So be selective and know that it's coming from yourself. Yeah. So that's really where the self-work comes from. And that's why we, you know, try to focus on that. And I think, you know, when Tina was talking about body image and body scrutiny, there's this quote, it's from Ben Franklin. It says, instead of cursing darkness, turn on a light. So instead of focusing on your bad body image, sometimes it's more helpful to turn to, who am I besides my body?
Who am I besides my body?
So, you know, I talk about, I have this awesome kick-ass tattoo right here.
What does that mean? What is that?
It's an arrow. And the concept was that, you know, in order to move forward, you have to be pulled back a little bit. So the idea of that, it's very therapeutic.
It's very therapeutic.
But it's, it's a great concept that, like, sometimes, in the moment you feel like the struggle means that you're going the wrong way. And I think this is a good reminder of actually it could be propelling you even farther forward.
Yeah. Recovery is not linear.
Yeah, not at all. And so I actually have a little, my birthstone is a diamond, so I wanted a diamond, but I also wanted a diamond because I talk about how people are multifaceted. We are these sparkling diamonds in a rough that have so many facets to us, and only one of those facets is our physical form. So talking about your spirit, your passions, your career, your friendships, your relationships, your family, your just energy in the world, your interests, your children or puppy children, whatever they may be. Yeah. There's so many pieces of us that I think it's so important. If you're struggling with poor body image and you can't connect with just starting to do some affirmations or getting just stopping those negative thoughts, if that's just too hard, start focusing on what else is going on. Yeah. What else am I other than my body? Yeah. If your body wasn't there, how would you describe me? For sure. How would your best friend describe you? Yeah. And go from there. Yeah. Because that's building your positive self-worth. For sure. And that's going to be your armor in the world. So if you guys haven't seen it, have you seen Poodle Science? Oh, no. Oh, my God. I can't play it right now because you guys won't see it. You won't see it. But if you YouTube Poodle Science, it is this amazing little, it's people drawing on a whiteboard, how they do, I have seen that. Yeah. So basically it's talking about how weight stigma is expecting us all to be poodles, okay? And how, what if I'm not a poodle? I'm so not a poodle. Right. What dog would you be? I would be probably like a golden retriever. A golden retriever. The hair really is. I think. What would I be? Maybe like a French bulldog, or or what would I be? Maybe I'm actually a booby cat. You know what I mean? I think I'm more of a booby cat. Yeah. She's probably not going to grace us with her presence because Emily's sitting here and they both kind of just respect each other's boundaries, we're copacetic. Yeah. So basically it's talking about if we're all expected to conform to be poodles, then that's not fair. A French bulldog, a golden retriever, they're never going to be a poodle. And so how is it fair that all of our health recommendations or body expectations or some other word that rhymes with that, smumulations, that it's not fair, So my own... It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So YouTube it. Maybe I'll put the link right here. I'll just put the word Poodle Science and you can look it up. So... Excuse me. There it is. I got excited. Yeah. I mean, why is the diet industry one of the biggest producing industries ever? Why are there billions of dollars in the diet industry if one thing fits all? It doesn't. Wow. So I have a weight stigma story that was very upsetting to me. And it's a personal story. I'll tell you something personal. Okay? Good. Yeah. So I went to the doctor here for the first time for just a yearly physical and a yearly checkup. And I went to this person that had great reviews. I used Yelp. Great reviews. I always use Yelp. Me too. Yeah. And I go in, and the doctor was very friendly. He was actually really hot, which always a plus. It's a fun fact. So I don't know. I'm blushing. So, I am. Help. My dentist is hot. Oh God. Yeah. I mean, just medical professional. It's fun. Yeah. Quit talking. While you're in my mouth. So, anyways. We're sitting down and he's asking me what I do for a living and very brief history, very brief. Yeah. What do you do? Oh boy. That's kind of it. So I say I'm a dietitian. He's like, oh, cool. Okay. So I'm sure you're fine. And then proceeds to weigh me. Oh, no. And I'm like, you don't really need to weigh me. He's like, no, we'll just do it. Weighs me. And then proceeds to let me know. No. Yeah, where my weight is on the BMI chart.
Okay, so if you don't know me,
what's wrong with this person?
What's wrong with this person? If you don't know me, I mean, I got a booty.
Yeah.
I got a booty.
She got a little
I
shelf.
got a booty. I got a booty.
Sitting on the
You
shelf.
know, and my body retains muscle.
Yeah.
Like, it just sucks that muscle up. So, BMI, it is not
a good measure.
It's not a good measure because obviously I'm going to weigh more because my body retains more muscle, and naturally I got a booty and boobies and hips and things along those lines.
Yeah.
So this person was trying to educate me about my, I know it's upsetting, Billy, about my BMI and how I may want to consider losing weight to
and
be
you don't
healthier.
have any medical issues.
Exactly. So I then proceeded to ask, what medical evidence are you using to assess my health? Right. And my lab work came back clean as a whistle.
Right. Jesus. Didn't quite work out there.
It happened.
Edit that out.
Whatever. Clean as a whistle.
Wait, do it again.
Clean as a whistle.
So good.
And so that to me, that doctor was having a weight stigma in a sense. I mean, I don't really know if that's weight stigma, but that's health stigma. That's body stigma. And he's so thirsty. And so if I...
Drink your water.
Drink your water. Yeah. If I were susceptible to that information, I didn't have the body confidence. I didn't have the confidence in my own self-care with food and exercise and balance. I might have considered losing weight. And that wasn't the first health professional to tell me possibly weight loss might be considered. I had like hip pain, but really it was only because I sit all day for private practice. And so the solution was stretching more versus losing weight.
Yeah.
So
I see your bone. Very nice.
It's upsetting to me. And so I'm putting that out there solely for those individuals that may receive odd health advice that has no evidence attached to it. Yeah. And if that's the case, reach out. Try to get a second opinion. Talk to your therapist. Talk to your dietitian. Because everyone's experiencing it, not just people that are struggling with an eating disorder. Not just people that are struggling with their weight. You know, it's out there all over, and it's a real thing.
Yes.
So
I really like my doctor, and I don't even know if I get weighed. I might know. I don't think I do. I don't even pay attention.
You don't have to.
I don't think
you
I do.
You have the right to refuse getting weighed.
I don't think I get weighed.
Yeah.
But then I go in and it's like, you know, I have a full history and she knows everything and labs and all this stuff. And then she asks me questions like, am I bothered by things? What do I notice? You know, it's all
actually doing a
good job and not just, I'm looking at these stats on a paper and I have you all figured out based on your weight. Like, it just isn't
it's not
like
fair.
That. No,
that's not even a great marker of health.
No.
So,
yeah. So that's good.
It is good. Anyways, that to me brings us into, I mean, it's an odd transition, but angel cards.
I don't mind.
Angel cards.
Yeah, so
tell me about them.
We use, I've been using angel cards for a long time. They're actually called angel meditations. You can get them on Amazon, on the internet. They're in a blue box. There's 64 cards.
64 cards.
I think World Market was where we found them too.
Online, yeah.
I usually get them on Amazon.com. And they're basically these wonderful cards that can be used on a daily or weekly basis or a monthly even. But it's a nice focal point to focus on. It's an offering, basically. There's different angels like, you know, angel of transformation, angel of light, angel of health, angel of patience,
so what do you use
all
them
sorts
for?
Of different angels. And basically you would want to, you know, if you're someone who does want to work on self-acceptance, self-love, self-worth, or just kind of delving deeper on a daily basis or weekly basis with yourself, you know, you would choose, I like to put them out in a little circle and do kind of a, you know, drop into your true self and pick a card.
Right.
But however you want to do it. And so you can use that card to basically guide you and be kind of this running theme throughout the week. All of the themes in the cards, like there's no bad angel card.
No bad angel
truly.
card. Yeah.
I get really excited about, when people pick certain ones.
Yeah.
But there's no bad card, and they're all useful. So it's kind of cool to just have like a prompt to be able to explore and support that aspect in your life.
Yeah.
If you're really, there's one on forgiveness, patience is a huge one.
Yeah.
Harmony, all sorts of different cards. So it's really about connecting with yourself, a lot of mindfulness around that, and like being able to check in with that card, do some reflecting about that card.
Yeah.
Maybe put it into place a couple times and just kind of see what comes of it.
For sure. And I think the reason why I bring that up is because at EDCC, Emily ran a lot of you ran
Body and Soul.
Body and Soul,
yeah.
Right. So they don't it's not your typical body image group. They're not
right.
really talking about body image.
Yes.
They're talking about building up that soul self and you're improving your body image, and the angel cards were used in that group, and everyone was so freaking excited every single time, and
I
you're
love
just like,
them so much.
So look them up; they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Especially if you're having a hard time, possibly coming up with that intention or affirmation that.
Yeah, I had an idea too.
Do it up.
It's interesting because, we can talk, a lot of the concepts in treating eating disorders can be globalized to just, all people. And I think one of the things that I think is important in terms of like body and soul and recovery and just development as a person and being more connected with yourself is this concept of there's like your true soul, spirit self. It's your real self. It's your authentic self.
Yeah.
It's the one that comes out when you can be really vulnerable with like your closest friend or family. It's got your true values. It's what you really want. It's your passions. It has all those things.
Yeah.
And then there's your critical self, which sometimes we talk about as the eating disorder self. But
right.
for everyone, it's the critical self.
Yeah.
And that's the self that has kind of an entirely different set of values. It may be more aesthetically based or achievement based. We all know what it's like to put pressure on ourselves for whatever reason and be critical of ourselves. And that's what that self is about. And it has totally different values. So what we really talk about just in self-development is, can you connect more and really see the difference? Like, oh my God, like when I act in this way, I'm sending myself the message that I'm not worthy of success, and that the only thing that matters for me is that I get that raise or get that A or run the race the fastest or lose 10 pounds or whatever it is.
Or whatever, yeah.
And then we're degrading our sense of self-worth when really our true self is, I love myself no matter what my weight is, no matter if I'm just starting out. I mean, I started out at EDCC as a volunteer.
That's
if
crazy.
Back then I was just gauging my self-worth on my position, I'd feel like shit.
Yeah.
I'd feel like shit. And I would never get to where I am today.
Yeah.
So it's another example of like really being able to accept where you're at. It doesn't say I'm going to be like this forever.
Right.
And I think that's important. We're so ever changing that that's not the goal. And I think a lot of people confuse that. They're well, what if I want to do other things? Like, I have so much growth, and if you stay stagnant, then you're just the same forever. And it's like, no, acceptance of self means you actually can move on to the next thing.
Right.
Because you're not degrading yourself in the moment.
Right.
It's
beautiful.
Gotta be your biggest fan.
Biggest fan. That, we're going to read the angel card that we pulled up off the intranets. Will you read it?
Interwebs, yes.
Your voice.
I will. So this is
lovely.
the angel of health. It says, my whole being is healthy and filled with the energy of love. The source of true health is our inner divinity. And you can use that to mean whatever you want it to mean.
Whatever, yeah.
The loving energy that nourishes our being is always available to heal any deviation of forgetfulness that would result in sickness or disease. Visualize now any area of your body or of your life that needs to be healed. see it being showered with the healing, transforming light of love. I'm like sweaty already.
That was her healing of love.
And it has an angel with an open window letting the light in.
It's just, I mean, this
Lovely.
is not any sort of faith that we're projecting. No, it's really just, I mean, just hearing that, you know, it gives you intention for, you know, something.
Well, you have so much power within yourself. And I think that's what the angel cards draw on.
Totally.
That you have much more say and power over how you think, how you feel, how you treat yourself, how you treat others than we give ourselves credit for, and we don't utilize it. We put all our power externally and into asceticism, and we don't really see the inner power that lies within, and I think that's so sad.
I mean, that's
like untapped resource.
Like rainbows spinning out of your head.
So comes from my hair. It's full of secrets.
Yeah. Tell me about your group, because I want you to be able to do a little plug about you. And,
And Amy.
Amy's going to come in because it's her group too.
Come join us.
Hi. I'm sorry.
We're all together.
Yeah.
So do you want to? Well, we've officially named it now.
Oh, what is it called?
Which is great.
What is it called?
So we started our first group.
I thought you were going to say the name.
Well, there's two. We're having a series.
It's a series. Okay.
So our first group that Hammy and I started with was Soul Sessions. We also incorporate the angel cards as well.
Yeah.
These are like true women's circles. There's not a lot of focus on the eating disorder behaviors. It's more about how we want to continue working towards healthy life goals, what we want to do, what we're passionate about, where we get stuck. So our first group is Soul Sessions. And our second group that we're still doing right now is Life Reflection.
So we're going to put them together, Soul Sessions and Life Reflections, because honestly, and what Amy said is totally true. It's really about broadening the scope of what we talk about and what we do in group to include, you know, career, relationships, self-love, self-acceptance. It's more like it's the after, you know, it's like, okay, now I've kind of got like my behaviors and my life is kind of in place, and like, what now? Because things are, you know, there's so many layers and so many levels to what we need to work on and what we want to be mindful of, and you know, we just kind of open it up to so many different topics. So
it's amazing. So how can people get more information?
So you can go on my website.
This is in LA, P.S.
In LA, El Segundo.
El Segundo.
And the office that I rent is so beautiful, so warm.
It's lovely.
We have a little waterfall, water fountain. Good tea, yogi tea, and we have candles. So
and we're there.
Oh gosh, thank God there's candles.
Candles. And we do angel cards too.
Angel cards.
You can, if you're interested, you can sign up and get a hold of me on my website. It's www.amyquinn.com.
Yes.
And we can get you signed up for the next group we do.
Yeah? Oh, Billy's giving us
And if you have more questions for me, too, my email address, I have a professional one now, thank God, is ehamiltonlcsw@gmail.com.
So
you can definitely email me.
I will plug that in there and get more information.
Yes.
I want to, hold on, I'm going to do it. So I want to thank you both for coming and being a part of Snack Chat. And Hammy, thank you very much for dumping your wisdom all over.
I love to just sprinkle magic through the air.
Love it.
And
I want to end it off with a link of the pinkies.
Yes.
You got to get in there.
Circle around.
Get in there. Yeah.
Okay. Here. Get on my lap.
And then we'll just put our pinkies in and we'll go like this. And sisters do as sisters do. Snack Chat with Tina. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.